Traveling in your golden years can be a dream come true or a nightmare waiting to happen. Most seniors plan their trips with excitement, looking forward to new adventures. But what they don't realize is that a single mistake can turn a vacation into a life-threatening situation, from unexpected medical emergencies to financial traps that can drain your savings. There are 9 serious travel mistakes that could put your health, safety, and even your life at risk. Stay with me until the end, because mistake number 9 is one that most seniors never consider, but it's one of the most dangerous of all. Mistake 1. Ignoring health risks. Before traveling. Traveling in your 70s can be an exciting adventure, but your health should be the first thing on your checklist before packing your bags. Too many seniors make the mistake of assuming they're fit for travel without considering the unique health risks that come with age. At home, medical help is just a phone call away, but on the road, a minor health issue can quickly spiral into a crisis. Long flights increase the risk of blood clots, deep vein thrombosis, while extreme temperatures can exacerbate heart and lung conditions. Even something as simple as dehydration or food poisoning can hit much harder when you're far from home. Take the case of James, a 74-year-old retiree who had always loved traveling. He booked a 2-week cruise with his wife, excited for a relaxing trip, but on the 4th day, he began feeling unwell. At first, he dismissed it as simple fatigue, but soon he was struggling to breathe. The ship's medical team could only do so much, and he had to be airlifted to the nearest hospital, a costly and terrifying ordeal. Had he consulted his doctor beforehand, he might have been advised against the trip, or at least prepared for potential risks. So, how can you avoid this mistake? Get a pre-trip health checkup. A simple visit to your doctor before traveling can help identify potential risks. Discuss any underlying conditions and whether your destination's climate or altitude might pose a threat. Pack extra medications. Always bring more than enough medication in case of travel delays. Carry them in your carry-on, not checked luggage, and bring a list of prescriptions in case you need a refill abroad. Know your destination's medical facilities. Research nearby hospitals, pharmacies, and emergency services before arriving. Some destinations have poor healthcare access, making it essential to plan accordingly. Invest in travel insurance. Never assume your regular health insurance covers you abroad. Without proper coverage, a hospital visit could cost thousands of dollars. Look for insurance that includes emergency evacuations, hospital stays, and pre-existing conditions. Ignoring health risks can turn a dream vacation into a dangerous nightmare, but with the right preparation, you can enjoy your trip with peace of mind. Mistake 2. Skipping travel insurance. Many seniors assume their regular health insurance will cover them while traveling abroad. Unfortunately, this is one of the most costly and dangerous assumptions a traveler can make. Without proper travel insurance, a simple injury or unexpected illness could lead to tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills, or worse, a situation where you cannot get the care you need. Imagine arriving at your dream destination only to suddenly fall ill. You visit a local hospital, expecting your insurance to cover the costs. Instead, you are handed a bill for thousands of dollars, and without immediate payment, the hospital refuses treatment. This happens far more often than people realize, especially in countries where healthcare is not subsidized for visitors. Even in places where healthcare is affordable, the real danger lies in emergency evacuations. If you suffer a heart attack in a remote area, need surgery in a country with subpar medical facilities, or experience complications on a cruise ship, a medical evacuation could be necessary. The cost of being airlifted to a hospital can range from $20,000 to over $50,000, and without travel insurance, that amount comes straight out of your pocket. Beyond medical emergencies, skipping travel insurance can also leave you vulnerable to financial losses. Canceled flights, lost luggage, or last-minute trip cancellations due to illness can result in non-refundable expenses. Many seniors book their trips months in advance, not realizing that if a sudden health issue arises, they might have to forfeit thousands of dollars. To avoid these risks, always invest in a comprehensive travel insurance plan that includes medical coverage, covers hospital visits, doctor consultations, and medications while abroad. Emergency evacuation covers the cost of transport to a proper medical facility if local care is insufficient. Trip cancellation and interruption protects against unexpected cancellations due to illness or family emergencies. Lost or stolen belongings reimburses for lost luggage, passports, or valuables. It is also important to read the fine print. Some policies exclude pre-existing conditions, while others have age limits. Always ensure your plan covers your specific health needs and travel destinations. Travel insurance may seem like an unnecessary expense, but in reality, it is a lifeline that can protect you from financial disaster and life-threatening situations. Mistake 3. Underestimating travel fatigue. Traveling may seem exciting, but for seniors over 70, the physical toll can be far greater than expected. Long-haul flights, tight schedules, and unfamiliar environments can lead to exhaustion, which in turn affects mental sharpness, immune function, and overall safety. Many seniors don't realize how much energy travel requires until they're already struggling to keep up. Unlike in younger years, where a single night's sleep could erase fatigue, older adults often find that exhaustion lingers for days or even weeks after a trip. This can lead to increased risk of falls, slower reaction times, and a weakened immune system, making infections and illnesses more likely. Take Richard, a 75-year-old retiree who had always loved exploring new places. After planning a 2-week vacation overseas, he assumed he could handle the same pace he did in his 50s. But after a 10-hour flight, navigating a crowded airport, and adjusting to a 6-hour time difference, he was drained before the trip had even started. By the second day, sightseeing felt like a chore. His body ached, he struggled to stay alert, and the fatigue took away the joy of the experience. By the time he finally adjusted, it was already time to return home, only to spend another 2 weeks recovering. So, how can seniors reduce travel fatigue and make the most of their trips? Plan rest days, avoid back-to-back activities, and schedule downtime between excursions. Your body needs time to recover. Choose shorter flights with layovers. Non-stop long-haul flights can be brutal. A layover allows you to stretch, walk, and improve circulation. Stay hydrated and eat properly. Dehydration and poor nutrition can make fatigue worse. Drink plenty of water and eat light, nutritious meals. Sleep well before the trip. Many seniors start their vacations already tired from pre-trip stress. Prioritize sleep in the days leading up to travel. Adjust gradually to time zone changes. If traveling to a different time zone, shift your sleep schedule a few days before departure to ease jet lag. Travel should be enjoyable, not exhausting. Recognizing personal limits, pacing yourself, and planning smartly can help you avoid the overwhelming fatigue that ruins so many trips for older travelers. Mistake 4. Overpacking or carrying the wrong luggage. Packing too much for a trip is a mistake that can make travel unnecessarily difficult, especially for seniors. Heavy bags, oversized suitcases, and poorly chosen luggage can lead to back strain, joint pain, and an increased risk of falls. Many seniors don't realize that dragging or lifting a heavy suitcase can be just as exhausting as walking miles through an airport. Overpacking often happens because travelers try to prepare for every possible scenario. However, carrying too much slows you down, makes navigating airports and hotels more difficult, and increases the risk of losing important items. Seniors who experience mobility issues or arthritis find that handling large or heavy luggage can quickly turn a trip into a struggle. Then, there's the issue of choosing the wrong type of luggage. A suitcase that is too big or doesn't roll well can make travel unnecessarily stressful. Hard shell suitcases may protect belongings, but can also be too heavy, even when empty. Soft-sided luggage is lighter, but may not provide enough support. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old who had been looking forward to a European cruise. She packed everything she thought she might need: multiple outfits, extra shoes, books, and even a portable kettle. But when she arrived at the airport, her suitcase was too heavy to lift onto the check-in counter without assistance. Throughout her trip, she struggled with stairs, taxis, and even hotel hallways, where she had to drag her oversized suitcase behind her. By the time she returned home, she admitted that she had worn less than half of what she packed. So, how can seniors pack smarter and avoid luggage-related stress? Use a lightweight rolling suitcase, a four-wheeled suitcase that moves easily in all directions, reduces strain on the back and arms. Pack only essentials. Stick to a mix-and-match wardrobe with comfortable, lightweight clothing. Avoid packing just-in-case items that add unnecessary weight. Use packing cubes. These help organize clothing efficiently, saving space and making it easier to find items. Limit shoes to 2 pairs. One comfortable pair for walking, and one slightly dressier pair should be enough for most trips. Choose a crossbody bag or small backpack. Avoid carrying large, heavy purses or bags that put strain on your shoulders. By packing light and choosing the right luggage, seniors can move more freely, reduce fatigue, and enjoy their trips without unnecessary stress. Mistake 5. Ignoring mobility issues and accessibility. Many seniors assume that all travel destinations are easy to navigate, but the reality is that not all places are senior-friendly. A trip that looks effortless on paper can turn into a struggle if mobility challenges aren't considered. Uneven streets, long walking distances, and a lack of elevators can quickly make a vacation exhausting and even dangerous. For seniors with joint pain, arthritis, or balance issues, even a short walk through an airport or a few steps in a historic site can become a major obstacle. Many older travelers don't realize the extent of these challenges until they arrive, only to find themselves unable to fully enjoy their trip. Take Linda, a 78-year-old who had always dreamed of visiting Italy. She considered herself active and capable, so she didn't think twice about mobility concerns. However, once she arrived, she was shocked by the steep, uneven streets of Rome and the lack of elevators in many older buildings. By the second day, her knees ached from climbing stairs, and she had to skip several excursions. The trip that she had looked forward to for years became a frustrating experience. To avoid mobility issues while traveling, planning ahead is essential. Research accessibility at your destination. Check if hotels, tourist attractions, and transportation options have elevators, ramps, and minimal walking distances. Avoid places with excessive stairs or rough terrain. Choose the right hotel. Many older buildings in Europe and Asia lack elevators. Always confirm that your hotel has an elevator or request a ground floor room. Use airport assistance services. Many airports provide wheelchair assistance and priority boarding for seniors with mobility concerns. Even if you don't need a wheelchair at home, using one at the airport can conserve energy for the rest of your trip. Pack supportive footwear. Uncomfortable shoes can make walking long distances painful. Choose lightweight, cushioned shoes with strong support. Consider using a walking aid. Even if you don't normally use a cane or walker, bringing one can provide extra stability on uneven surfaces. Mobility issues don't have to prevent seniors from traveling, but ignoring them can ruin a trip. By choosing destinations wisely and preparing for accessibility challenges, older travelers can explore the world comfortably and safely. Mistake 6. Eating and drinking carelessly. One of the greatest joys of traveling is experiencing new cuisines, but for seniors, eating and drinking without caution can lead to serious health issues. What might be a mild stomach discomfort for a younger traveler can turn into food poisoning, severe dehydration, or even hospitalization for an older adult. As we age, our digestive systems become more sensitive. Unfamiliar foods, different cooking methods, and even minor changes in water quality can trigger digestive distress. seniors are also more prone to dehydration, which can lead to dizziness, confusion, and weakness, especially in hot climates. Take the case of Robert, a 76-year-old who had always been an adventurous eater. On a trip to Mexico, he eagerly tried a variety of street food and even drank tap water at his hotel, assuming it was safe. Within 24 hours, he developed severe food poisoning and had to be hospitalized for dehydration. The illness forced him to spend most of his vacation recovering instead of enjoying his trip. To avoid food and water-related illnesses, seniors should take extra precautions when eating and drinking while traveling. Drink only bottled or filtered water. In many countries, tap water is not safe for drinking. Always choose sealed bottled water and avoid drinks with ice unless you're sure it was made from purified water. Be cautious with street food. While it can be tempting to try local delicacies from street vendors, hygiene standards vary. Choose vendors who prepare food fresh in front of you and where you see locals frequently eating. Stick to well-cooked meals. Avoid raw seafood, undercooked meats, and unpasteurized dairy products, as these carry a higher risk of foodborne illnesses. Wash fruits and vegetables thoroughly. If eating fresh produce, make sure it has been properly washed with clean water. When in doubt, stick to peeled fruits like bananas and oranges. Eat small portions at first. Your body may need time to adjust to new spices, oils, and ingredients. Start with small portions to gauge your body's reaction before indulging in larger meals. Stay hydrated throughout the trip. Dehydration can sneak up quickly, especially in warm climates or at high altitudes. Carry a reusable water bottle and drink regularly, even if you don't feel thirsty. Eating well is an important part of enjoying a trip, but ignoring food safety can quickly turn a vacation into a miserable experience. By taking simple precautions, seniors can enjoy new flavors without risking their health. Mistake 7. Being an easy target for scammers and pickpockets. Seniors are often seen as prime targets for scammers and thieves while traveling. Criminals assume that older travelers are less familiar with their surroundings, more trusting, and less likely to react quickly in a stressful situation. This makes them vulnerable to financial scams, pickpocketing, and even identity theft. Many scams are so well crafted that even seasoned travelers fall for them. Fake taxi drivers, overpriced souvenirs, and friendly strangers offering help can all be part of elaborate tricks to separate tourists from their money. In some cases, seniors are deliberately distracted. One person might spill something on them or ask for directions, while another quietly steals their wallet or bag. Consider what happened to Joan, a 74-year-old woman traveling alone in Paris. She was approached by a well-dressed man who asked her to sign a petition. As she hesitated, another person bumped into her. By the time she walked away, she realized her purse was unzipped and her wallet was gone. The worst part? Her passport, credit cards, and cash were all inside. She spent the next 2 days at the embassy trying to replace her documents instead of enjoying her trip. To avoid scams and theft while traveling, seniors should take extra precautions. Use an anti-theft bag. Crossbody bags with RFID blocking technology and hidden zippers make it harder for thieves to access your belongings. Never carry all valuables in one place. Keep a copy of your passport, a backup credit card, and some cash in a separate location, such as a money belt or inside your hotel safe. Be cautious of overly friendly strangers. Scammers often work in teams. If someone is too eager to help, keep your belongings close and remain alert. Avoid ATMs in secluded areas. Use bank-affiliated ATMs inside hotels or shopping centers to reduce the risk of card skimming or robbery. Know common scams at your destination. Before traveling, research the most frequent tourist scams in the area. Awareness is the best defense. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Walk away from any situation that makes you uncomfortable. Traveling should be a stress-free and enjoyable experience, but failing to stay alert can lead to financial loss and unnecessary stress. By staying aware and taking basic security measures, seniors can explore the world without falling victim to scams and theft. Mistake 8. Not preparing for emergencies. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make while traveling is assuming that nothing will go wrong. While no one likes to think about worst-case scenarios, failing to prepare for emergencies can turn a minor issue into a full-blown crisis. Whether it's a lost passport, a canceled flight, or a medical emergency, being unprepared can lead to stress, financial loss, and even danger. Many seniors find themselves in difficult situations simply because they didn't have a backup plan. Imagine being in a foreign country, suddenly losing your wallet with all your cash and credit cards. Without emergency funds or a way to contact your bank, you could be left stranded. Worse, if a natural disaster or political unrest occurs, knowing where to go and how to get help becomes crucial. Consider Tom and Susan, a retired couple who traveled to Thailand for a 3-week vacation. On their 3rd day, Tom suffered a severe allergic reaction to food. They rushed to the nearest hospital, only to realize that none of the doctors spoke English, and they didn't have their medical records on hand. What should have been a simple hospital visit turned into a stressful, expensive, and confusing ordeal. To avoid being caught off guard, seniors should take these precautions before traveling. Make copies of important documents. Keep digital and physical copies of your passport, travel insurance, medical prescriptions, and emergency contacts. Store one copy in your hotel safe and another on your phone or in cloud storage. Know your embassy's location. If your passport is lost or stolen, the nearest embassy or consulate will be your lifeline. Always note down their address, phone number, and emergency contact hours. Have an emergency fund. Carry extra cash and a backup credit card in a separate place. If your wallet is stolen, you won't be left without financial options. Research emergency medical care. Look up nearby hospitals or clinics in advance, especially if you have a pre-existing condition. Knowing where to go saves precious time in an emergency. Share your itinerary with family. Let a trusted friend or family member know your travel plans, where you'll be staying, and how to reach you. In case of an emergency, someone will always know where you are. Emergencies are unpredictable, but being prepared can make all the difference between a manageable situation and a travel disaster. Mistake 9. Choosing the wrong destination. One of the most overlooked yet dangerous mistakes seniors make when traveling is choosing the wrong destination. While some places may seem like dream locations, they might not be safe, accessible, or suitable for older travelers. Factors like extreme weather, poor healthcare access, or challenging terrain can turn what was supposed to be an enjoyable trip into a stressful and even dangerous experience. Many seniors book trips based on stunning photos or recommendations from younger travelers without considering the unique challenges that come with age. High-altitude destinations can trigger breathing issues, extreme heat can lead to dehydration, and countries with poor medical infrastructure can leave you stranded in a medical emergency. Take the case of Alice, a 73-year-old who always wanted to visit Machu Picchu. She was active and felt confident in her ability to handle the trip. However, after arriving, she struggled with the high altitude and felt constantly out of breath. By the 2nd day, she developed severe altitude sickness, forcing her to cut her trip short and seek medical care. The experience not only ruined her vacation, but also posed a serious risk to her health. To avoid choosing a destination that could put your health and safety at risk, consider these factors before booking a trip. Healthcare access. Ensure the destination has reliable hospitals and clinics nearby, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. In remote or developing countries, access to quality health care may be limited. Climate and weather. Avoid destinations with extreme temperatures, high humidity, or severe weather conditions. Extremely hot or cold environments can be tough on the body, especially for those with heart conditions or respiratory issues. Terrain and accessibility. If a destination has steep hills, uneven streets, or limited public transport, it may be physically exhausting. Research if hotels, attractions, and transportation are senior-friendly and accessible. Local safety and stability. Some regions experience political unrest, high crime rates, or frequent natural disasters. Always check travel advisories and safety reports before booking a trip. Travel distance and jet lag. Long-haul flights can be exhausting. If you are prone to travel fatigue, consider destinations that don't require excessive travel time or major time zone shifts. Choosing the right destination can make or break a trip. Prioritizing safety, accessibility, and comfort ensures that you can fully enjoy your travels without unnecessary risks or complications.